Can Seth predict Kevin Cash's opening day lineup? You know, Kevin Cash likes to get weird. Can I predict it? Can I predict it?
Hey, Tampa Bay, down the left field line. That ball is gone.
Don't ask me where I found this thing. Because I don't know. I literally just looked up like fillable lineup thing. Searched through a few that looked like it belonged to a little league baseball team. You know, they fill it out, print it out Saturday, show it to the players. This is the lineup. This is the only one that didn't look a little childish. So, Dick's Sporting Goods, shout out to you, I guess. All right, thanks for letting me use this. Anyways, we have lefties on, I guess that would be that side for you, and then righties on that side. So, we'll do righties first, because I feel like this one is a little bit easier. So, how much explaining do I need to do here? This penciled into both. Yandy Diaz, we saw what he did last year. Gets on base, gets the ball in play, and all of a sudden, he hits dingers. So, Yandy Diaz. At the 2 spot, kind of went back and forth on this one, but I am a believer. In who? Josh Lowe. He took a step last year, and I don't think that's it. I think there's another step to Josh Lowe. He has all of the tools that you want to see. He has the speed, he has the range, he has the power, he has the eye. Josh Lowe is a really talented baseball player, and I think he should be an everyday player for this Rays team. Will he? I don't know. Kevin Cash is going to Kevin Cash, but I would love to see him play as many games as Randy Arozarena. If the Rays are playing, Josh Lowe should play too. At the 3rd spot, this is another one that is penciled in. That dude, that guy, Randy Arozarena. We all love him. We know where he fits in this lineup. We've seen it, and it's going to stay that way. At the 4th spot, this is the guy I was kind of going back and forth with Josh Lowe, and they happen to have the same spelled last name. Brandon Lau, dog. It's tough. I just hope he has a healthy and consistent year. I would love a healthy and consistent Brandon Lau this season. The injury bug always seems to get him. He has peaks and valleys throughout the season, but maybe that's just who Brandon Lau is. We've seen a lot of them now. We've seen him hit plenty of dingers, 30-plus dingers in a season, and then we've seen just some rough times where he goes through. He had a stretch last season. I can't remember how many games it was where he didn't get a hit or didn't get on base, whatever it was. It was bad. Yeah, so like I said, healthy, consistent year from Brandon Lau would make me a very happy. Up next, we have our 3rd baseman, Isaac Paredes. This one should get interesting at a certain point this season, at least the positional type thing, because Junior, I think Junior is ready for the majors, but I think they want to give him some time in AAA. But I think if you put Caminero on this team opening day and let him play in the majors throughout the season, I think he would have the most home runs on the Rays. I think he's that good of a power hitter that he would have the most home runs on this team. We're not talking about him though. Isaac Paredes, very good player. I think a top 12 third baseman in the majors. He's a very good player. Pitchers know where they can't throw the ball, and somehow that ball always still ends up getting pulled to left field for a home run. So Isaac Paredes, you know what you get, and it's good. Now this spot, it's difficult because we have two guys that play a very similar role, very similar type of players, not great defensively, but they get contact. They put the ball in play. One of them, I don't even know if they're going to be on the team opening day. So that's why this makes this so tough. I'm going to put Jonathan Aranda here. Harold Ramirez, hitting Harold. I really like him as a player, but I do not see a world where they can have both of these players on the roster. They both cannot play defense, and they're both just contact hitters. We know how much the Rays love defense. Do we really think they're going to keep both of these guys on the Rays roster? And Kevin Cash has already said himself, Jonathan Aranda has already done what he needs to do in AAA. He said they want to stop moving him up and down. They want him to just stay on the Rays, build confidence, and show what he did in AAA can move over into the MLB. So, I think he's going to get that shot. What does it mean for Harold, though? It's not a question for me. That's a question for the front office. Up next, we got a new guy. Yarrow. Just had to double check. I don't know why I questioned myself there. Jose Caballero. New to the team, obviously, but he is no slouch. Do not think that this is just what we got left with, something we had to do because you know who wanted to do you know what. He's no slouch. I think he's going to be a pretty good player for the Rays, and he's going to play a lot of baseball for this team. Up next is another guy that's penciled in. Just we only have one catcher. When was the last time that happened? Rene Pinto is our only catcher. I've loved what I've seen from him so far. As a Rays fan, I really don't have high expectations for catchers hitting the baseball. I'm just not used to it. So any type of hitting that I get from a catcher, cherry on top. Be good at defense. If you're a good hitter, say less. So we've seen Rene Pinto hit the ball pretty well. Can he keep it up for a full season? We will see. I'm hoping Rene Pinto is just a late bloomer. He's not a young guy, even though he's just getting into this team. He might... Is he older than Francisco Mejia? He might be, or the same age. And Mejia played for us for how long? Pinto's just now getting here. Let's just hope he's a late bloomer and he balls out. That's all we can hope for. And rounding it out, I love some speed in that final spot. Siri get a double. Yandy's up to bat. It doesn't take much for Siri to get from second to home. I'm a big fan of that. So, Jose Siri, I'm actually going to pencil him in both spots. Against righties and lefties. Siri, another one of those guys, very inconsistent at the plate. And you'd like to see him take a step when it comes to hitting, but I don't know if he's that type of player. We know how much Kevin Cash loves Jose Siri and his game. Obviously, defensively, he's special. But at the plate, let's see if he can take it to another level. Let's just see, because he just got injured, but Johnny DeLuca is playing pretty well and could really challenge Jose Siri for, I'd say maybe like 35 games. 35 games in that center field spot if he's hitting better than Jose Siri. That's my guess. If he's hitting better than Jose Siri, I think he can challenge him for 35-ish games. All right, now moving over to the lefties. If we are facing a lefty, we're going Yandy first, like I said. Always going to be that way. In the 2 spot, I'm going a new pickup for the Rays, Ahmed Rosario. He is another one of those players that I think kind of fell into the Rays' lap. I like his tools. He's a very fast player, so if he gets on base, that's already dangerous. Decent contact, but his eye has really been his biggest negative, his discipline at the plate. So if they can clean that up, he could be a pretty good player for the Rays against left-handed pitching, and we might see him pretty often if that's the case. At 4, I'm going back to Isaac Paredes. I've already given my whole spiel on him. I think he fits well against lefties right behind Randy there. At 5, I guess just because I put a Ronda in that one, I'll go Harold. In this one, Harold, it really doesn't matter if you're a lefty or righty. He can hit against you. He is just a pure contact hitter. Doesn't matter who you are. He can get bat to ball. Next, like I said, I want him in the lineup day-to-day player Josh Lowe. And then rounding it out, told you he is going to play. That's not it. He is going to play a lot of baseball for this team at shortstop. So that's what we got. So for lefties, we are going Yandy Diaz, Ahmed Rosario, Randy Arozarena, Isaac Paredes, Harold Ramirez, Josh Lowe, Caballero, Pinto, Siri. Against righties, I do like the righty lineup better. I feel a lot more confident about that than I do the lefties. I like the lefties, but I'm more confident about the righties. Yandy Diaz, Josh Lowe, Randy Arozarena, Brandon Lau, Isaac Paredes, Jonathan Aranda, Caballero, Pinto, Siri. That's a nice lineup. That is a nice lineup against righties. You don't know for sure what you're going to get from Aranda. Caballero, let's see what he does with the Rays. Like I said, I think he'll have a pretty good season with us. But other than that, Siri's not the greatest hitter, but that's what we got there at center field right now. I think it's pretty good. So that's going to be it for me. Just a fun little Rays video. It's been a while since I've done a Rays video, probably a couple weeks. So wanted to put this out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts. Any changes, any tweaks you would make, throw them down in the comments. I'm all ears. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and go Rays.